Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Lake Living in Alabama. I'm your host Jason Will, real estate broker of BluePrint Realty Company. And today I want to tell you about 1083 County Road 3908 in Arley, Alabama. Showed this property this past Saturday to a group of clients of mine. They're looking for a multi-generational family compound on Smith Lake, and we're having a hard time finding something under $1 million that has an existing residence on it that doesn't need too much work and then has enough water frontage and acreage to accommodate a second residence. This listing piqued their interest because it has two homes already on it, main house and a guest house. So there was some potential there, but even though both properties combined have over 3,000 square feet, it was still a little bit too small for my folks. But it has so many great features, and I thought it was such a neat property that I wanted to tell y'all about it because this may be exactly what you are looking for. This property is newly constructed, built in 2022. Another thing I like about it, just as soon as you arrive onto the property, you recognize how big this lot is. It's a teardrop type shape, but you've got a big multi-bay carport with a one-car garage attached to that carport, which is very, very attractive. But just having a place to park cars out of the elements is a rare find on Smith Lake. And then this property is just like so unique because it's got wood inside throughout, just exposed real wood instead of drywall. So it's got that lake house feel. It also has an amazing finished basement with full-size bar, which I love, multiple TVs, and then it opens up to this outdoor living space. So you've got, covered outdoor living space at the basement level. At the main level, you've got a big deck. And one of the things I noticed when we got lakeside was a lot of the view was blocked by a ton of trees on the lakeside portion of this lot. So thinning those limbs out, thinning some of those trees out would really open that lake view up, which is, I'm telling you, it was one of those things where it was disappointing because, you just really had to search for the lake view. And really to get that very open view, you've got to get down to the dock. Well, the good news is this is a high elevation lot. Bad news, typically with those, we've got a lot of steps to the water. And actually, in the stairwell that I guess was originally in place when these folks maybe purchased the lot and decided to build on it, is completely fallen down. It's still there, but it's not walkable. It's not even a safety hazard. It's just laying on the ground in a bunch of pieces. But there is a nice wide road that you could really get a truck down, and it just needs some work. I would think ideally down the road you'd want to pave it so you've got a nice driveway for golf carts, side by sides, or even a small vehicle to get down to the lakeside amenities. And then there's room down there to build a gazebo, a screened-in gazebo, and just really have kind of a little party pad down there lakeside. So I love that. So many neat features. It's totally move-in ready. It's in excellent condition. Again, you've got the main house and the guest house right behind it, and the guest house is super cute, and they've just got it so well landscaped and well maintained. This is going to be a great listing for anybody out there that is looking for multi-generational lake house option, but maybe you want to rent that small guest house out so you have an income producing element to it as well. But this would be a great rental in total because if you've got families that are traveling together and they need a little privacy, maybe the main house is for the family that's got kids, maybe the other family is the grandparents or another family member that maybe doesn't have kids. So you just got all these great options that make this a very attractive rental property. You know, there's nothing left to do with the exception of improving that path, that roadway down to the dock. And then, you know, the dock is a single slip dock, so that may be something you'd want to update as time goes on. But again, let's get in this lake house. Let's see how much you're using it as a second home. Let's see how successful it is as a vacation rental before we start making these upgrades, because really, as it stands now, there's really nothing left to do. We got to and from the boat dock with a gas-powered golf cart. There were no problems getting up and down that thing. So you can enjoy a couple seasons before you start investing money into this place, or, you know, it's just going to be a real attractive, I think, you know, resale option down the road, especially if you can make some of these minor improvements or even a big improvement in terms of creating that lakeside living space, gathering space. I just think if you had a screened in area down there lakeside with maybe another, you know, large deck, maybe extending out over the water. You got the grills, you got some TVs down there, you got a bathroom down there. It's really going to be a place where I think, you know, you and the family and friends are going to spend a lot of time. So I love a property that is turnkey ready, but also has a ton of potential. All right, y'all. So in closing, I want to give you some details about this listing. It's currently priced at $849,900. That's after a recent $90,000 price reduction on August the 12th. Again, built in 2022, 2.2 acre lot. No HOA, this is unrestricted. The combined residences have a total of 5 bedrooms and 5.5 bathrooms, and gosh, I would just love to show this to you. So if you're looking for kind of like a rustic lake house, got that kind of maybe mountain cabin feel, but really modern, really light, really bright. You know, some of these kind of cabin vibe properties on Smith Lake can be a little bit too dark, but this one, not the case. A lot of white shiplap walls that brighten it up. And it's a great contrast with the white wood, with the natural woods. And I would strongly encourage you to give me a call, 251-583-9728. Let's go see this one before somebody snatches it up, because it is one of those listings on Smith Lake that once they get the price right, it's gone.